John and Arthur are so similar and so different at the same time, and their stories mean two very different things. The whole reason for their redemption is different, but the actions taken are very similar. The eyes of the people who saw his redemption are very different, and the steps taken for redemption are also extremely different. Arthur and John had different reasons for their redemptions. Their redemptions were under much different circumstances. Arthur's redemption starts in chapter 1. We see his connection with the gang and their members in this chapter especially. The chapter is very short, usually taking around 2.5 hours to complete. This means that many of the connections we see don't go much further than a conversation or two. That is, except for Dutch and Hosea. We can so easily see Arthur's connection to these two in this chapter, and this greatly contributes to his redemption. Once we get out of the snow, we are able to really explore not only the huge map that Rockstar made for us, but we can also explore the complex personality of Arthur Morgan. At Horseshoe Overlook, we see Arthur's dark side very heavily. He kills without a second thought, he robs innocent people, he helps Leopold Strauss take advantage of innocent people. One of the men he takes advantage of is Thomas Downs. Now, I mentioned him at least 3 times in the video, but he is so important to Arthur's redemption. Thomas Downs is a family man with a terminal disease called tuberculosis. Arthur is hostile to him and shows no mercy. This is Arthur's lowest point. This is Arthur's most evil act. In his eyes, it's justified by the needs of the gang, but these needs don't go to the same length that Arthur is going to. Once our camp gets discovered by the Pinkertons and Leviticus Cornwall comes into Valentine and starts a shootout with us, we must move south. Micah says there is a place where we could camp called Dewberry Creek. Arthur and Charles ride out, and we find a woman and her 2 children hiding. They can't speak English, but they are able to say that their father has been taken. Arthur doesn't want to help, but Charles convinces him. They track down the man and free him. We find that the place they were holding the man is a much better campsite than Dewberry Creek. Chapter 3 is one of my favorites in terms of storytelling. The gang have discovered 2 feuding inbred plantation families. They act as errand boys for both, attempting to rob both blind. We see Dutch, Arthur, and Hosea's relationship in this chapter a lot. I often think of Hosea when thinking about the chapter of Clements Point, because he is so present here. This is what Hosea does. He is a con man at heart, best at conning simple folk. Hosea and Arthur spend a lot of time together in this chapter, and we get some very insightful wisdom from the wise old man. Hosea means a lot for Arthur's redemption because he is on the moral side when it comes to the Van der Linde gang, and Arthur has an unrelenting amount of respect for Hosea and takes everything he says to heart. Clements Point doesn't exactly go the way the Van der Linde gang thinks it will. Maybe the gang underestimated the intelligence of the families, maybe they were just sloppy, who knows. But what we do know is that the 2 families underestimated the Van der Linde gang. The Grey Boys tell Bill Williamson to meet him in the Road Saloon. He brings Arthur, Micah, and Sean. They walk through the town and then they stop, and Arthur says,
"This don't feel right."
Now it don't feel right. I could have told you.
Sean's brains were blown out, starting a shootout in Rhodes with the Greys. When Arthur gets back to camp, he learns that Jack, John's son, has been taken by the Braithwaites. The gang goes to Braithwaite Manor in the best fashion that 1899 had ever seen.
You sure you're okay?
Like I said, I'm fine.
Follow my lead. Both these redneck families think they can ruin us? I don't think so.
There they are.
Who steals a goddamn boy?
I'm gonna let fly at those sons of bitches.
Don, I need you to stay calm. Get down here now! You inbred trash!
What the hell do you want?
Easy, John.
We've come for the boy. You must have known we would.
Shouldn't have messed with our business now, should you?
Whatever complaint you have with us, alleged or otherwise, that is a young boy. That is not the way you do things. Hand him over.
Get the hell off our land!
If you ain't gonna be civilized about this.
Why'd you take the boy, Mrs. Braithwaite?
You stole my
Boys are off
liquor.
limits.
You stole my horses. Ain't no rules in war, mister.
Matthews,
Yes, that's it.
where's the boy?
My sons gave him to Angelo Bronte. So my guess is Saint Denis. Either there or on my boat to Italy.
Let's go!
Arthur, come on! What we doing with her? Leave her.
I told you she was crazy.
After the gang learned that Jack had been sent to Angelo Bronte, they went to Saint Denis. The Pinkertons showed up at their camp, so they had to move, and they camped out in Shady Belle, an abandoned plantation, starting Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is another pivotal one. We see how the gang operates in a big city and how they react to it, since they had never been in one before. Arthur says,
I cannot decide which I like less. The swamps or the city. Both are full of parasites, reptiles, and slime. We're a long way east to land we know, and far from real open country.
and I think most of the gang would agree with this. This place is so far from the lawless West. It is the very embodiment of civilization. They start out by taking Jack back, and we can see that Arthur cares deeply about the young boy. Dutch, Hosea, Arthur, and Bill go to a garden party at the mayor's house, and they get a lead about the trolley station in town by Angelo Bronte. Dutch, Arthur, and Lenny go to check it out, and it was a setup. Only around $50 there, and the police showed up almost immediately. Dutch, Arthur, and Lenny must escape the city. They get on a trolley, and Dutch suffers a head injury, which many people blame for his decline. They get away, and Dutch is furious with Bronte, so much to the point of acting out his own revenge against him. Dutch and Arthur secure a boat for a few days out. Then, when the time comes, Lenny, Arthur, Bill, John, and Dutch all ride out to Angelo Bronte's mansion. They capture him, and Dutch considers ransoming him, but decides that he'd rather finish him off himself. Dutch then drowns him and feeds him to an alligator. Dutch is at the beginning of the end, and we can see him losing his temper, mind, and control. Arthur can clearly see this, but doesn't speak up. Instead, John actually speaks up to tell Dutch,
Jesus. Part of your philosophy books cover feeding a fella to a goddamn alligator, Dutch.
The part that covers weakness. That part.
I don't know.
Well, I do. It ain't nice. I know it. But it is us or him. I figure it might as well be him.
Next, Dutch plans to rob the Lemoyne National Bank in Saint Denis. Hosea thinks it's a bad idea. We just killed Bronte, who basically owns the town, and we are in deep enough trouble with the law already from the failed trolley heist. Dutch doesn't listen to Hosea, but that would prove to be one of the biggest mistakes Dutch would ever make. The plan is simple. Hosea and Abigail would cause a distraction of some sort across town. That way all the law goes over there, and then the gang can go into the bank and rob it. Seems easy. The distraction goes off and the law heads into the location of the noise. The gang goes in and gets a very good amount of money, until we hear Agent Milton's voice. We go out to see what's going on. Milton has an army of Pinkertons, and they have Hosea. Dutch tries to bargain, but Milton shows no mercy.
Or folks, they are gonna get shot unnecessarily.
Your friend? Why would I do that?
Come on, Milton.
It's over. No more bargains, no more deals.
Mr. Milton, this is America. You can always cut a deal.
I've given you enough chances.
Come on. No!
God damn it! There's your deal, Dutch.
Hosea.
We must escape. We blow a hole in the side of the bank and climb up to some roofs. Arthur and Lenny go ahead. Lenny is faster than Arthur and makes it to another building first. Then two Pinkertons pop out of nowhere.
Dutch, you got Lenny?
Oh, God damn them! We can't stop now, Arthur, or we're all dead.
We find an abandoned building and wait until nightfall. At night, we sneak through the city, stowing away on a ship. In the morning, Dutch introduces himself to the captain. He pays the captain with the money from the bank. We learn that the boat is headed for northern Cuba. Arthur wakes up one night to the sounds of waves crashing. There is a huge storm, and the boat is going under. The rest of the gang get on a raft, but Arthur can't make it, so he just jumps ship. He wakes up on the island of Guarma. He walks around for a bit, and by some miracle, he finds the gang. We get captured by some sort of local law on the island, and are forced to walk in a chain. Some rebels on the island rescued us. Javier is shot in the leg, and we are forced to run, so we will come back for him later. We go to Dutch to help him break out Javier. Dutch pays a woman to guide us through a cave to the town Javier is being held in, Agua Dulces. She asks for more money, and Dutch strangles her.
What was that?
Horrible old crone.
But you killed her.
She was gonna betray us, Arthur. Couldn't you tell?
No.
Well, I got some Spanish. She was.
You keep killing folk, Dutch.
I am just trying to make sure that some of us survive, Arthur. Now, shall we proceed?
I guess.
Listen, son, you think I want any of this?
I don't know.
Of course I don't. But I made a pledge to you all. We would survive, no matter what.
So how did you know she was gonna betray us? What'd she say?
It was in her eyes, in the way she was leading us.
But you said you knew Spanish.
I know human beings, Arthur.
Are you gonna strangle me next?
I'm doing the best I can.
We rescue Javier and we go to an abandoned fort on the island, and we need to hold off the local militia and the Cuban Navy. We get on a cannon and shoot them down. We then find out that the boat lined up for us is here, but the captain is being held hostage by Alberto Fusar. He is the main leader of the island and forces many innocent people to work themselves to death to make him richer. We rescue our captain, and then Arthur kills Fusar in a cannon. We get back to the mainland and ride out to Shady Belle. We find a note that says the gang is in Lakay. Some Pinkertons show up to Shady Belle, and we must take them all out. Arthur rides out to Lakay and finds the gang resting there. We learn that John was arrested alive and taken to Sisika Penitentiary and is awaiting trial. He will most likely be hung without a rescue. It cuts to a few hours later when Dutch and Micah get there. Bell gets there in a fit of rage too. He's mad because it took him forever to find the hideout. A couple minutes later, the Pinkertons ambush us. The gang takes them out, and we know we need to run. Dutch says that there is country in Butcher Creek we could hold called Beaver Hollow, but first we need to take out a gang already hiding there, the Murphy Brood, a gang of savages and psychopaths. Arthur and Charles ride out to take out the Murphys. we rescue a young woman and take her back to her home in Annesburg. We rode up to camp, where Uncle found Molly O'Shea, and she exclaimed that she was the rat and told the Pinkertons everything. She was shot on the spot by Susan Grimshaw, which starts Chapter 6. Arthur asks Dutch when they're going to rescue John from prison. Dutch doesn't give a clear response. Arthur and Sadie plan to meet in Saint Denis to form a plan on how to rescue John. When in Saint Denis, Arthur starts coughing.
Look, friend, I don't mean nothing, but you got money? I mean, before I start treating you, 'cause I got a family.
Yeah, I understand. Here, that there.
Sure. Thank you. Now, what's wrong? I mean, what appear to be the symptoms?
Well, I think you've heard them. I'm coughing.
Is there any blood?
Sometimes.
Okay, now here. Breathe. Again. Let me see your tongue. Now say ah.
What is it?
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease, and you'll be... Now, the best thing is rest, and getting somewhere warm and dry and taking it easy. Now, is that possible?
Sure, I can just take my winters in my country club in California. No, it's not possible.
Well, like I said, I'm real sorry.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, wait. Let me get you a little bit more energy today.
We can't change what's done. We can only move on.
You have it in you, I can tell.
He didn't have a choice. He was good and he did good.
Arthur has a dangerous disease called tuberculosis, an uncurable disease in the late 1800s. Arthur and Sadie rescue John from prison, and when we get back to camp, Dutch screams at us, and it's obvious Dutch never wanted John to return. Arthur has been asked by Leopold Strauss to do some more money lending. Arthur is more compassionate this time, and sees that both people that owe money are in very bad situations. So Arthur absolves both the debts. Arthur returns to camp and kicks Leopold Strauss out. Dutch overhears Arthur and Charles talking to Eagleflies, a Native American. The military stole their horses. Charles said he would not help the Indians fight, but Dutch seems to want to instigate the natives into a fight. So he makes Arthur come with him to retrieve the horses. Arthur goes for a ride with Rainsfall and tells him about his wife and son. This gives a bit of depth to Arthur's backstory. It also explains why Arthur is so harsh to John, because Arthur used to have what John has. And Arthur is a little jealous and knows how lucky John is. Arthur and John blow Bacchus Bridge for an upcoming drain job, and they get to talking.
I guess we'll see. Tell the truth, I ain't even sure I fully understand Dutch's plan with all this.
Like I said, John, when the time comes, you go.
What about loyalty to everything?
You've been loyal. I've been loyal. Look what that cost. You know, all that ever mattered to me was loyalty. It's all I knew. It's all I ever believed in. Well, not anymore, John. Soon, you gotta go. Go. Don't look back.
I'll think about it.
I've done a lot of thinking. Look at us. Out here risking our necks, and for what exactly? For an idea that don't work no more.
How you mean?
You know just what I mean. You got a family. You need cash. You need to start building a life for yourself. Me? I need a vacation. And Dutch has all the money for safekeeping.
You know something? Abigail thinks she might know where some of that money is.
Well, you tell her she better make sure. And then come talk to me. And we'll find out just who and what we should be loyal to.
I don't know, Arthur.
Nor do I. But I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed.
Dutch and the Indians plan to ambush some militia passing through a bit of forest. There is many more than they first thought would be there. Eagle Flies is captured, and Dutch makes a little speech.
Good one.
Hello, officers.
You keep them hands up and come here. Put your hands up.
Hello, Captain.
Keep your hands up and come here. Come here.
We can't do that. Your man... Those men they killed? They were good men. You're fighting nature, Captain.
Get over here.
Ask my friend here. My whole life, I tried to fight change. It's a waste. I see that now. It's waste. You can't fight nature, Captain. You can't fight change. You can't fight gravity.
Arthur and Charles rescue Eagle Flies from Fort Wallace, and Arthur and Charles get to talking about Arthur's sickness.
I didn't tell you before, but... I saw a doctor. It's pretty bad. But it's gonna get worse.
Oh, Arthur. Any day we can die, We're riding to break an Indian chief's son out of a cavalry fort. We could both die tonight. In a way, it is a gift to know. In a way, you were lucky.
Sure don't feel like that.
You still have time to make amends. The others... Look out! Hosea, Lenny, Sean, all them, they didn't. And what about the Calendar boy? Both killed trying to escape Blackwater? More vicious pair of bastards than ever was. And that's all they ever were and will be.
Maybe.
Arthur, are you okay?
Eagle Flies and many other natives plan an attack on the Cornwall oil fields. Dutch has guided them down this twisted and insane path, to the point of absolutely no return for Dutch and the natives. Arthur goes down and helps the Indians, and it's a massacre. Many natives are being killed, but the gang's presence brings a switch in dominance to the fight. They take out most of the men. Dutch tells Arthur to come with them to the office to grab some bonds. As they are leaving, Arthur gets jumped.
We got one! A white one!
Dad? I need help!
I need help!
You silly fool! Come on!
You saved my life more than once. To give mine for yours, it's as it should be.
Come on! We need to go. You ran away. Oh, I did no such thing. Don't be a fool. They could be back here any minute. We did it, gentlemen. Oh, we got some money. And with the train job, well, we got a whole lot of money.
Arthur and Charles bring Eagle Flies back to his father, where he dies in his arms. Arthur and Charles also get to say goodbye.
What are they gonna do now?
They must move. And fast. I'll stay and help them.
Yeah, I'll stay too.
No, my friend. You have others who need you. Good people. I'm sorry, but we must pack and move.
Through this chapter, we see Arthur's health deteriorating, and it comes into effect on a roadside after Arthur leaves the Wapiti Indian Reservation. He starts having a horrible coughing fit, and probably would have died if not for the family Arthur helped save all the way back at the beginning of chapter 3. I really like this part because it shows just how if you put kindness into this world, it will inevitably come back to you. Now it's time for Arthur's final mission, or should I say 2 missions. This mission starts a mission chain, so technically the last 2 missions. Anyways, we plan to rob a train carrying army payroll. We plan to sneak on the train when it's supposed to stop in Saint Denis, but it doesn't stop, so we have to get on the train from our horses. We get on the train and try to make it where they are carrying the money before we are spotted by patrols. We don't reach the front in time, and we have a shootout from the train. John is shot in the shoulder. Dutch and Micah say they will go back for him. Once the train is about to get to the blown bridge, we grab the money and jump off the train. Dutch and Micah return, but they don't have John. They say that John was dead, and that there was nothing more they could have done. The gang returns to camp, when Tilly tells us that Abigail was taken by Pinkertons. Arthur gives Tilly some money. Then, against Dutch's wishes, us and Sadie go to rescue Abigail. The Pinkertons are holding her in Van Horn. Arthur uses a sniper rifle from the light tower and Sadie goes on foot. Sadie eventually gets captured, so Arthur must go down there for himself. He tries to rescue them, but gets held at gunpoint by Agent Milton. Agent Milton tells Arthur that Micah was the rat all along. Arthur is surprised, but uses this moment to attack Milton. But Arthur has lost almost all his strength. Milton is about to shoot when Abigail shoots him in the head. Arthur, Sadie, and Abigail ride back to camp. Arthur tells Abigail about John. Then he must say goodbye to the two.
Come on, get out of here.
Arthur, what are you doing?
I gotta go have a little chat before I get much sicker.
No, Arthur.
Don't you owe Arthur me. Neither of you two. Not now. You both know. You're good women. Good people. The best. You go get that boy. There'll be time for sorrow later.
If you're headed back there, Arthur, take this. I don't need it anymore.
What's that?
There's a chest in them caves, in the back to the left, hidden under a wagon. Dutch's chest. All our money. I know John told you I knew where it was.
Abigail Roberts.
Always was a good thief.
That you was. Go on, get out of here.
The many miles we walk, the many things we learn, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Oh, you're a good man. I just wish you'd done it before he worked himself into the grave.
I'm really sorry for your son. It's a hell of a thing.
And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left.
May the wind be at your back. Good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out astray, all from your command. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
You saved my life. You're a good man. Thank you, Bella. You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure.
Maybe it's a sign, Arthur. Try to do the good thing.
Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness.
When Arthur returns to camp, he confronts Micah.
You talked.
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the future.
Milton told me.
And you believe him, Black Lung? You believe him?
It all makes sense now.
No, it damn well doesn't.
Dutch. Think.
Dutch, be practical now.
Dutch!
John?
You left me! You left me to die! My boy. I didn't have a choice. John, I didn't have a choice. Left me! All of you, you pick your side now because this is over. Oh, them years, Dutch. For this snake.
Oh, be quiet, cowpoke. Be quiet. You live in the clouds.
No, you be quiet, Mr. Bell, and put down your gun.
There's Pinkertons coming, fast!
Now! Who amongst you is with me? And who is betraying me?
Well, Javier, think for yourself. He's lying. He's lying!
Put your guns down!
God damn it! Move!
You ready, John?
Yeah. Come on, Arthur. Let's go.
Well, what about the money? Abigail gave me the key.
I head down there, I'm dead in 5 minutes. I got a family. That's more important.
Maybe you're right, but...
You want the money? You head down. I gotta go to my family.
Arthur is faced with a decision: go back for the money, or help John get to safety. Arthur chooses to help John get to safety. They run up a mountain together. Eventually, Arthur can't go any longer.
Go. Now, I'll hold them off. It would mean a lot to me. Please. There ain't no more time for talk. Go.
Arthur.
Go to your family.
Arthur!
Get the hell out of here and be a goddamn man.
You're my brother.
I know. I know.
Micah jumps Arthur. Arthur and Micah have a fistfight and Arthur gets his hand on the gun. Then all of a sudden, Dutch steps on his hand. Arthur tells Dutch that Micah was the rat.
Oh, Dutch. He's a rat. You know it, and I know it.
He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy.
There, up there on the ridge. I gave you all I had. I did.
Come on. Dutch. Let's go, buddy. We made it. We won. Come on.
John made it. He's the only one. The rest of us... No. But I tried. In the end, I did.
Come on. Let's go. We can make it. Come on, Dutch. Come on! Ah!
Arthur's redemption isn't about how other people are going to remember him. It's more about how he needs to make right what he has done wrong. I've heard a lot of people say that Arthur's redemption is selfish, how he only chose redemption because Arthur knows the end is near. To a degree, this is true, but I don't completely agree with this take. Arthur knows the end is near. He chooses redemption because he knows all his life he's been a bad man and done horrible things. He feels if he could get John out of life, then everything would mean something. He so easily could have chosen a path of, I can't redeem myself, why even try? And he could have even turned into a worse man than he already was. He doesn't believe he can achieve redemption, which is so powerful, because instead of giving up on redemption, he makes right what he can. What he cannot change, he doesn't try to. Arthur's reason for redemption was to help John get out of life, because maybe that means Arthur's life wasn't completely wasted. John's redemption, I feel, is a bit simpler than Arthur's. In Red Dead 1, John is forced to take down his former brothers by 2 government agents. They kidnapped Abigail and Jack, and will only give him back if he finds Bill Williamson, Javier Escuela, and Dutch. John's attempts to be a family man and stop that life have failed, and he has been forced to go back to killing. John's journey takes him across the west, down in the barren state of New Austin, in the blazing heat of northern Mexico, and to the civilized land near Blackwater. John goes to try and get Bill Williamson to surrender, which fails. John does a bunch of favors in New Austin, so he can ambush Fort Mercer and capture Bill Williamson. He ambushes the fort when he learns Williamson left for Mexico earlier that day to meet up with Javier Escuela. John gets there and does a bunch of favors for the Mexican government. He starts helping the rebels as well, because both promise Williamson and Escuela. The government ends up betraying him, so he decides to side with the rebels. He gets Escuela and Williamson and takes them to the agents. He rides up to Blackwater to meet with the agents when they tell him Dutch Vanderland is in the area. John and Dutch meet when Dutch and his gang of natives are robbing a bank. They have a conversation, and we can tell Dutch is a little crazy.
Oh, it's nice to see you, John.
Hello, Dutch.
How's Abigail?
Well, I hope. Ain't seen her for a while.
'Cause you've been chasing me?
Let the woman go, Dutch.
Of course. Of course. How's your little boy?
He ain't so little now.
No, he must be what? 15? 16? Doesn't time fly?
Don't adjust. It's over, man.
Of course. Of course. I surrendered, John. You're the master now.
I've been my master since you left me to die.
We all make mistakes, John. I never claimed to be a saint, but equally, I never took you for an errand boy.
Just trying to help my family, Dutch. By making compromises we all have to. Now let her go. It's over.
You want the girl, John? You always were the romantic sort. You know, gentlemen, this man here, oh, he married a whore. Used to ride with us. We all had her. Oh, but he married her. And you know that makes him a better man than us. He's a better man. Have the girl, John.
Easy, Dutch.
She's a parting gift from me.
He then proceeds to shoot an innocent woman in the head and make an escape. After some back and forth, John gets to Dutch's camp with the military and takes out his gang. John chases Dutch up a mountain, and Dutch gives his final speech.
Hello again, John.
Hello, Dutch.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
Sure.
I got a plan, John.
You always got a plan, Dutch.
This is a good one.
I don't doubt it.
We can't always fight nature, John. We can't fight change. Can't fight gravity. We can't fight nothing. My whole life, all I ever did was fight.
Then give up, Dutch.
But I can't give up, neither. I can't fight my own nature. That's a paradox, John. You see?
Then I have to shoot you.
When I'm gone, they'll just find another monster. They have to. Because they have to justify their wages.
That's their business.
Our time has passed, John.
John returns to his ranch where his family is, and they are getting settled again. That is, until the military shows up to kill John. John and Jack shot many soldiers, but there are just too many of them. John, realizing what he must do, helps Jack and Abigail get to the barn. John helps them out and accepts his death. John's redemption wasn't slow. It was a definitive thing that he did that redeemed him. He believed, similar to Arthur, that he could get them out of a dangerous place. John's reason for redemption was to save and protect his family, and to accept that his time has passed. The actions taken by John and Arthur were actually pretty alike. Arthur helped John escape from dangerous circumstances and tried to get him to live his life with his family. John helps Jack and Abigail escape from dangerous circumstances and tries to give them a life. I think the main difference in here is the fact that John accepts his death and doesn't run from it, while Arthur is kind of forced to die from his illness. In Arthur's eyes, he was a bad man start to finish. It didn't matter what he did in the end. He couldn't redeem himself. But I think that this dialogue in the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2 gives a little look into what the characters thought of Arthur before his passing.
We owe this to Arthur.
You think Arthur cared about revenge? I'm not so sure, especially not at the end.
John had much more of an internal redemption. He thought that if he sacrificed himself for his family, he would be remembered as a good man. Not saying his family didn't see him as redeemed, just saying that his redemption was more internal. The steps taken toward redemption were very different as well. Arthur's redemption was a slow process and helped many people, especially the ones he previously harmed. His final act of redemption was getting John out of the gang, which he chose over riches and revenge. John showed that he can be a good man. Even if it's only for a few days, John put down that life. His final act towards redemption was saving his family and accepting his death.